Hello, hello, everybody. How are you all doing today? We're going to be returning here with some more good old Shadows of Sharn, a pulp noir-inspired D&D campaign set in the Eberron setting. And, oh, hey, thanks, Becca, for the Subscription, by the way. Hell yeah, for 9 months. You're screaming? And thanks for the oof as well. Hey, why don't I go ahead and be able to get people to actually respond by unmuting this tab? Hey there, how are y'all doing?
Hi.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Hello. It is me, your local problem causer.
That's all of us.
True.
I've never caused a problem in my life, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Relatable.
I choose to believe I'm a menace to society, but we'll see.
I'm gay. I'm automatically a menace to society.
Mmm.
Speedrun. Speedrun being a menace. Remember when I called myself a gay Dennis the Menace? Vintage. Vintage Becca Morgan.
Were you wearing overalls and have a slingshot in your back pocket at the time?
I don't remember. I know it was during D&D at some point. Pretty sure it was during D's game.
But yes, if someone just... If one of our venturing party here doesn't mind, could you go ahead and give a brief, synopsis over the events of last week's Off the Case? All the fun stuff y'all got into.
We went to the theater, and nothing bad happened, and that's it.
You got accosted by someone.
Okay, yeah, a bunch of stuff happened. I don't know. And now we're all just screaming at each other. We're about to just start screaming.
Antonio went to, well, it was some kind of, I keep wanting to say Veterans Association, but I don't think that was it. Someplace, was it a Veterans Association?
Like
It
a
was a
veteran
veterans
shelter
shelter.
or something like that, yeah.
Oh, okay. Went to a veterans place to try to look closer into who they may be. I don't quite remember what was discovered there though.
That
Not
you're
much.
That
Not
you're
much.
dead.
Oh yeah, that I guess.
Yeah, that apparently Antonio's dead, but I mean that was discovered before when we found his grave. Let's see.
MIA,
Arceus-
but declared dead.
Yeah. So you know, maybe not dead, but apparently legally dead.
Best kid
Yeah.
dead to be.
Yeah. We all went to the theater and we saw Into the Woods with Galen's son.
Mm-hmm. Everyone met my wife.
Yeah, we met Galen's
wife's
lovely
lovely.
wife.
She's lovely. Wow, what a gem.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was accosted by a random woman who talked to me like she knew me.
And then she was like, "Oh wait, I don't know you," and then left.
Yep.
Galen also, I believe, went to some kind of alley and was attempting to
Reenact a crime scene. Sorry, I almost ate shit.
please don't eat shit. Yeah, reenact the crime scene. Achaeus went to try to look further into his issues with when he blacked out and almost committed murder, and found some, not really anything. You know, he researched the topic a little bit and maybe learned about some different, you know, mental things, but he's not quite sure. And then he was led by a voice in his head to a shed that he found a jar of some kind of red or black substance, if I remember correctly.
Oh, it's red.
It was red. And he took the jar and then destroyed the shed in a fit of rage. And then Twister went and started his budding career as a comedian, which immediately went down in flames.
I was like, I'm so prepared. I got the borrowed knowledge. I got all of that. Natural one.
Yep.
Immediately down in flames. So good for him.
I got another. I got a job though at an inn.
Congrats. You have a new job, imagine.
And then you
having a
immediately spent your
job.
entire paycheck.
Mhm, mhm.
Yes, and then you lost your paycheck when you discovered that there had been someone following you or us
All of
and
us.
chased them down, and then tried to pay them to be quiet. A little late though,
Mhm.
because that those people were hired by none other than Velveteen.
Antonio
Mom.
caught them earlier
Yeah.
than all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
yeah. Antonio did find one, which is how we originally discovered
Mhm.
Hmm.
that this was happening. That is correct.
Antonio wrote a strongly worded letter
Very strongly worded.
that Antonio kind of regretted midway
Too strongly
through.
worded.
Sometimes it happens.
Very
Uh,
strongly worded,
We
and
decided to go talk to Velveteen, where he lives currently.
Discovered he has a dragon mark.
Yeah, we had no clue about that. And so we went to, what was the place called?
I don't know. The
You went to the Dragon Towers, and more specifically into like the Tharash Enclave.
Yep. And we found Velveteen's room, and we barged in, and we were about to yell at him.
Yeah.
we were confronting them about, hey, having
I-
people follow you, following your coworkers or putting people to follow your coworkers is a little fucked up.
A little suspicious.
Like, no offense, fam, but it's a little rude.
Yeah. Just
So we are not fam, we are associates.
we could be
We said
fam.
coworkers.
And then the Chaos just beats the shit out of me. I considered you a brother. I'm like, I'm sorry. You know.
Bolts on
And
your choice, too.
And somewhere in there, Velveteen also went to therapy.
Yeah.
But we'll
Oh,
see if
yes.
it worked.
Yes.
Or if this is going to be therapy part 2, the kind with fists.
Electric Boogaloo.
The kind with fists.
Open up, I'm about to give you a knuckle sandwich.
And
Ooh.
how about before getting into like bits for this next major case, we finish this part up. Everyone has barged into the room. Velveteen, you see all of your co-workers. That's kind of like within after you got this. I picked up this letter from the ground. So how's this situation unfold?
If I remember correctly, because we missed a little bit at the end, they did come in. They were yelling at me a little bit. I
I was
offered to
making tea.
make. That is true. Galen was making tea. Chaos was all like, "Why I oughta?" You know, their hands are gonna choke me or hit me. I don't know. Maybe. Imagination is running wild a little bit, and I'm sitting on the couch, not wanting to hear it, or is willing to hear it, but it's not hitting anything. It's like you're trying to like play catch with your dad, but he's been gone for 6 months. So that's a fucked up joke to start, but here we go.
God.
Mmm.
The only solution is to shoot him.
Oh my gosh.
That's all we got.
So
Anyway,
start off with
and
Eldritch Blast.
go.
How the fuck do we get into that?
Action.
Fuck. Okay.
Twister's holding the letter currently and
Shouldn't
is
have
just kind
led
of
with
like
humor,
looking
I
through it.
apologize.
And Twister's just like next to Antonio and is like, wow, this really is like heavily worded. Oh my good. Oh.
I was mad.
Are you about to peep over the camera and block it? Is that what you're about to do, ma'am? Ma'am?
Let her.
She's literally like right here. Like
Let the
Not
cat.
ready.
Oh
Go
dear.
cat.
Oh, okay. I was like,
okay, we're fine. We're fine.
So, trying to get back into it. Why did you have people follow us?
Oh right, I have to get into this too. Hold on.
Yes, you do.
Morally hate yourself. Morally hate yourself. You're from Louisiana. You've existed there for a while. Bye you. I had y'all followed because with my line of work, I don't trust people that much. Last time I let people in and I trusted them, look what happened. I motioned to my arm, or lack of arm. It wasn't about, and I apologize, about following you to learn secrets. That just came with, having to pay criminals. They tell you things, it's whatever. But it was about if I could trust you, if you would willingly, be letting us know later on. You can, you can't. I just need to know if you're not working with anybody else that we should be not so trusting. And I view this as a moment of weakness for myself, and I believe I should have been more trusting of you, but I wasn't, and I apologize.
But I understand that you may have had these issues in your past, but what if we were working for someone else? I mean, what would you do then? Kill us?
What if? That is a good point. Well, I mean, courses would have had to have been run. I would have had to have done my due diligence at that point. I mean, look at where we currently live and look at all the evil that happens down here. What would have been another body in the street, even given if it was evil or not?
So, you would have tried to kill us if we were working for someone. Or at least...
Someone that would have been detrimental to everyone else's harm. Not if you were just like working a day job and I'll motion towards a chaos and then I will look towards why am I
Twister.
Twister, thank you. I'm like my brain was like, what's Brian's character's name? Twister. Struggling to get a job. By the way, I apologize for the comedy thing. I feel like you were better than they said you were. But something like that, I'm okay with. But
It's stage fright. Everybody gets stage fright.
I understand that. You were, having issues. We all go through them. But again, if you were working with some ne'er-do-wells, then we would have had issue. But I don't see any issue with you just having a 9-to-5 job.
Can I insight check Velveteen?
What are you trying to pick up?
I want to see if he knows more than he lets on.
Do I know more than I let on?
I don't know, do you?
I don't know.
I already
need to remember
DM'd you
it.
what you were given, but go ahead and
Oh,
roll the
yeah,
insight.
okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know what you were given.
Well, I was about to ask, what do you know? What did you find out? Anything incriminating? Anything you want to ask questions about?
Nate, what do you think? What do you think about a 14?
14. Alright. Again,
think about
what
it.
did
It's a sexy
you...
number.
You just said that you looked at and saw the day jobs, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a deception check as well. Or persuasion, whichever one you you believe you're going with.
Bad at both of them. We'll go with this one.
Oh,
Well,
To be
a 4 suck
to-
up.
To be fair, I did forget to say what else they were doing, but it's not like I don't know what they're doing because they're currently a busboy. That's all I know.
Okay. So yeah, I'd go ahead and say, like, there is, like, you feel like there is a bit more knowledge there, but nothing too malicious, as you kind of, like, see Velveteen kind of give oh wait, kind of, like, look after, mentioning what he, found out about. It's like, oh yeah, there was more. But nothing, like, malicious, like I said, not trying to hide that on purpose.
got it.
So who's next?
So what do you know? That's I believe what a case asked you.
I believe last time I brought up that I did see a chaos go into a shed, grab some weird like oily stuff from a jar, and then trash the shed, and then you confronted me on it, and then you're like, you could have asked, and then if you want to go from that point, we can. 'Cause,
So do you want to fucking ask? Do you care? You want an explanation?
I
You want to know
mean,
why I'm back in this godforsaken city?
if you feel free to share, but again, you don't have to. I don't believe you being back in this city is a big point unless you're going to use being back in this city to harm us, or me specifically, or the group.
I'm after one fucking person in that city. That's all I care about. I'm not here for you. I'm not here for anyone in this room. I'm here for one fucking person. And so I'm looking for them. And that was where I thought the person was. But they weren't there.
Interesting. But again, if it's someone that maybe we down the road find and are hired to take them out and you need assistance, I'm willing to help for money. But if it's just you're seeking them out on your own, I'm not gonna get in your way. I know vengeance is a very colorful fella, but if it's your type of vengeance to seek, on one hand, so be it.
He's mine.
I gotta forget I don't have 2 arms. Well, currently 2 arms.
He is mine. If one of you happens to find him, great. Point me in his direction.
Hard to
And
do
then
when
I
we
will-
don't know anything.
This is mighty true, but I don't think you all came here to give explanations of outside of this colorful retelling of who you're looking for, but we don't know what they look like. Come
If you
here
want to know more? If you want to know more, talk to me later and I'll tell you.
Yeah, okay.
Wonderful.
I was about to say, because I feel like when you were ramping up to something, I kind of diffused the situation a little bit because, again, I didn't do it because I'm trying to harm y'all. I did it for my own safety, and I apologize.
Well, it's not going. You talk about not trusting us, and how are we supposed to trust you after this?
I mean, you're not. You don't have to. If we have to go out and do a job, and I'm left alone, and you feel the obligatory, it's hard to say with a fucking Louisiana accent. If you have the choice to leave me behind and save yourselves, so be it. I don't see it any other way. I'm not a man who's willing to live long enough to potentially see retirement or happiness. I'm just here to make enough money to keep a roof over my head and take care of the people on the streets for as long as I can.
Cool. Okay. Can I
Okay.
have some of that tea?
Oh, yes. Here you go.
Velveteen will go up and he will attempt to reach for a glass of tea, like from like a little shelf where he has like tea glasses and everything.
Mhm.
He'll stand there for a moment and just like in his mind, he's getting tea, he's pouring tea. But to you, you just see him standing there because in his mind, he still has 2 arms and he's doing it with the arm that's missing. And then you realize for a moment he like hits his hand on the counter and then he will reach for a glass to go ahead and pour himself some tea.
And was that the only information you learned? Okay, it's this stuff, and I guess the busboy job.
I mean, I learned a little bit more about you, Galen, but if you would care to find out, I can tell you. If we're not keeping secrets.
I have no secrets to hide.
I was informed that you were investigating some sort of alleyway,
Mhm.
and I thought that was a bit curious, but as you've, I believe, alluded to, with your cards and having information on people, I would have imagined you were investigating maybe a case of something that happened.
Correct.
And it again piqued my interest, piqued it very well. But again, this is not news that I need to know that's going to affect me in the future in terms of it coming back to me. So if you want to keep that on the down low, go ahead. I don't mind.
It shouldn't affect any of you personally. The only person it will affect is me.
Which is fair. And I'm not gonna push the matter any bit.
I just am too, trying to find someone.
No, I'll sip my tea. No, I'll glance at Antonio, but then I'll just think go back.
Antonio looks at you. Antonio looks so sadly at you. And will just come over and like, are you just like sitting in a chair or on like one of the couches?
One of the couches.
He'll just like jump up onto the cushion next to you and go, "Do you mind if I give you a hug?"
God damn it, D. I wouldn't mind a hug. Feeling the warmth of another would be very nice right now.
I'm going to hug. Um, I'll hug, and then I will also. Oh shit! I don't think I actually have the thing that I thought I did. That's fine. I'll give a hug. I'll give a hug and just say, "I'm sorry that it's been so long since you trusted anybody, but even if we're just coworkers and even if you wouldn't return the favor, if you got left behind, I'd come back for you. Just so you know."
I I appreciate that very much, and I appreciate you, Tones. And I'll like whisper in the ear, I didn't find anything out about you, but you're very, very kind to me.
I'll just like pat him on the arm.
Ah, my Phantomon.
This is a
Oh,
nice place, though. How'd you end up
Mm.
over here?
I mean, as you can tell, and I'll like show the mark. I mean, once you're chosen for whatever reason, I don't know why I was made or born this way, but you live here for as long as you possibly want. But I'm not a person who was I'm not a person much liked here for joining the war effort because this house frowned heavily upon it. Since we had no reason to get involved, we're a trading house. We make money no matter what. Win, lose, draw, money's all the same. I choose not to see it that way. I choose to see people not being lost from their families and, you know, willing to see each other at the end of the day, smiling and happy. But some people don't see it that way. Some people just want to make the gold a coin, and it hurts my heart. Curious about that wisdom save.
Uh, Antonio sort of like pauses for a second and then starts poking through a bag that he keeps on his hip. And he'll like briefly look up for a second and go, how do people here feel about drugs?
Pardon?
Uh,
Like
hmm,
drugs, like not narcotic stuff?
like opioids and the like. Is that what you're talking about?
I don't think I
I-
have opioids with me
I-
right now.
I don't
Um,
necessarily mind.
Please, I'm high class. I only do coke.
Fresh out of that one. But
It's
I'll
been a while since I've had that anyway.
I'll go through my
Let me
herbalist
guess, you also
kit.
hate pizza.
Galen's like, you got that? Galen's like, do you have some of that nose candy?
I'll go through my herbalist pack and produce like 2 spliffs, and I'll just set one down, and Antonio will light one and take a long drag from it and go. So, I found out that I'm dead.
Like,
Oh.
what do you mean dead? Like dead as in like you died once and were brought back, or you're like
I
just a corpse?
I have a whole headstone in the graveyard, and I'm listed as MIA as far as the army's concerned.
Interesting. Interesting.
Can't that mean that you aren't dead? You just were never found, but you're not dead since
Yeah,
you're
But
now that you've been
right
found.
in front of us.
the thing about that is, I remember coming home with my troop and my sisters, and I I don't, I know it doesn't really make much sense. Trust me, nobody's more confused than I am, but I
No, that doesn't make any sense. You remember coming home, but
well, I mean, a, a couple of things toward the end of the war were a little iffy, but I mean, Velveteen, do you remember every single battle? Like, it sometimes things get lost in the shuffle, and there are some things that we don't remember for a reason.
Some things we just choose not to remember because gotta sleep that night.
What? I hope you don't mind me asking. What company were you in?
Uh, me out. And Antonio will frown and look at the ground and go, I can't quite seem to remember.
Twister will kind of frown and just look down. Oh, gotcha.
that sounds like something you should remember, though.
It, yeah.
So
Did you
go ahead.
have you looked into? You said you found out you're dead. You're missing in action. Did it list whatever you looked at? Did it list your company?
I don't think it did. Nate, would it have in the list of, or because I think it was a list of specifically MIA officers. So would that include the company with that?
I think it would have included like as like birth, like city, like they came from. So it would have been listed as like Antonio Gabe's Sharn.
Yeah, because it was a coalition army. It didn't say. I mean, I could go back and ask, but it feels weird to ask questions about myself when I should know it.
Yeah, I could imagine.
What if someone found out for you? Does that mean I know a couple people who are still involved in the effort to either look for people that may still be displaced or sadly did die in action? Would that give you any peace?
Well, I don't rightly know, to be honest. I don't know. The whole thing kind of makes my stomach turn.
It's fair, and I will quickly go to my room and go through my old things. I'll grab a card, and I'll come back and I'll give it to Antonio. And the information on it is like probably like a captain that I used to know or work with in the army, who is still probably currently active. And
All right. Well,
if you're looking for any answers specifically, you find him. He's usually hanging around still, and he's a good person. He'll help you out.
thanks. Um, And if anyone else would like to partake, the joint is filled with 2 doses of Sunkiss. Sunkiss is a combination of dried leaves and buds that can be smoked. You can consume a dose as an action, and the creature will feel relaxed, more sociable, and light appears to be more brilliant to the affected creature. A creature subjected to a dose of Sunkiss is immune to the frightened condition and has disadvantage on saving throws to resist being charmed for 1d4 hours, and the duration extends for each additional 1d4 hours per dose consumed.
Can I-
Interesting.
Can I go for it?
The gang does drugs.
Can I get a hit of that,
Yeah.
please?
Can I
Let's
get
Look
a
at
hit
the
of that
always
pink
session, cut
kush?
to us doing drugs.
It's the Always Sunny X.
Yeah.
Always sunny in Sharn.
Exactly.
I have to-
As the music behind us is rain.
Yeah.
Zacchaeus grabs it off the table and just like a deep breath with
Puff.
inhale, sure.
You sound like such a cool,
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
A cool
Holy
drug
that
user.
Adam. Leave me alone.
Antonio, may I get a hit of that wacky tobacco, please? Okay, so you're a cop.
That's what Twister
No.
says. That's what Twister says. Can I get a hit of that wacky tobacco?
Yeah, just don't try and. You know what? Yes. There you go.
He does exactly what you think would be the wrong thing to do.
Perfect.
You inhale?
Swallows it a bit.
Zacchaeus would know what he's doing. I don't.
Okay,
Zacchaeus
is
knows he's
cool.
cool.
Am I not cool?
I'm gonna roll a Constitution save for Twister.
Oh my god.
Okay, he doesn't like cough violently.
Well, if you fail the con save for Sunkiss, you gain a level of exhaustion. But the
Oh.
disease,
That's good to know.
we can make you sleepy.
I suppose I'll try doing what is it that the youth say? A hit?
Sure, a hit, a puff, a drag.
So is it
Plenty.
1d4 currently or 2d4?
It's 1d4.
Not a
1d4.
bump, right?
Not a bump. Nope, that's something
That's
else. That's
cocaine.
Right.
six.
That's the other
4
thing.
hours. Let's go.
That's what Galen would know.
I believe this is what they call puff puff passing.
Yeah, it's kind of just a smoke sesh to relax. We all were so high strung, I thought it'd be necessary to dip into my stash a bit.
I have never been high strung a day in my life.
That does not sound true.
No, that's not
I
true.
don't believe that.
I don't know what at all you're talking about.
I've been
This is me
high-strung
relaxed.
before.
I'm very relaxed.
I've been
Okay.
high strung.
Okay.
My voice
I'm
gets
just
a
gonna-
little bit
say.
lower pitch when
I'm just gonna
Whatever
sit
you
here
say.
and watch the people who barged into my house get high on my couch as I'm just sitting there drinking tea.
And if any of y'all want to know the other things in the big book of D&D drugs, I posted it in the Shadows of Sharn Discord.
Woo!
Oh, nice.
I'm
Plug.
gonna bookmark that.
It's
I could
it's
be
a
like-
lot of drugs. It's even got rules for addiction.
So, do y'all like need anything else from me, or
I mean,
Uh,
did you have more questions you wanted to ask us? Since you seem to not trust us, and we're here, hanging out, trying to, gain trust, and I assume gonna some light friendships among us.
I mean,
Not to sound sus.
You sound as sus as possible,
Mm.
but
what's all this
all-
language you're talking about?
all three of you are just one hit deep already, and it just feels a little odd that this is happening.
Well, I mean, do you want one?
No, I'm good. I'm already on other.
You don't need to be hit on. Got it.
I'm on other medication currently, and it would just feel weird to take a hit.
Valid.
I mean, if there's nothing else we want to discuss here, I would prefer to just go back to our headquarters.
Yeah,
What do you
that's the
call
word for it.
them? Headquarters.
You sure
Oh.
you'll be okay here by yourself?
You can come back to the headquarters.
No, it's fun. It's
I mean, also we just woke you up, so.
we'll be okay. Oh, but before you go, Galen, I appreciate you here for another reason. He will go to like
What does that
another.
mean?
Hold on. He will go to like one of the drawers in his like one of the studio apartment, so probably in the kitchen.
Mhm.
He'll grab a piece of paper and he'll like hand it to you, not discreetly, just hand it to you.
Mm.
It's things Velveteen wants for the house since you're.
Ah, wonderful.
I'll when I think of like one other thing, I'll DM you because
Yeah.
I thought like one thing.
while
but-
DM, while Velveteen's back is turned, I want to cast Hex on him.
All right. What's the ability he's gonna have disadvantage on, or the penalty?
Charisma.
Charisma. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you
Okay.
doing this secretly, or are you just like doing it?
I'm doing it so that Velveteen cannot see it being done.
Okay.
Go ahead and still roll. Hey, what are the components for this? It's just like somatic, right?
No, it's all three.
It's all three? Okay. Roll Arcana to determine your ability to hide this.
Okie doke. 5.
Alright, a 5, I feel like everyone would be able to know.
I'll use a hero point actually. Can I use multiple hero points?
Just one per attempt.
Like
Gotcha.
stacking them.
So 7.
Do we still perceive the fact that they just tried to hex me? Since it's a 7.
Even if people see me, I complete the spell.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you
I
all
was
see,
like-
like, Velveteen
fuck
get
yeah.
hexed. And Velveteen, you can hear, like, at the, like, actual, like, verbal casting portion of it as it hits against your body, and you can kind of, like, feel something about, like, your inner personality just feel like that's somehow being dragged down by some gravity now.
Velveteen is like slightly glowing. Almost like an outline.
So I'm
Well,
like,
that's interesting.
so I'm fully aware that I've been hexed or a spell has been done to me.
Yeah.
He looks down, he sighs for a second. Which one of you did it? Okay,
Velveteen,
okay.
look at me.
I'll turn.
Now walk up to Velveteen and look up at him directly in the eyes and go,
Wait, hold on. How tall is Antonio?
not very, like 3 foot or
halfling.
something
Yeah,
like
halfling.
that.
Okay. I didn't remember if they were halfling or not. That's what I'm
Yeah,
wondering.
they're a halfling.
Now look up and say, don't you lie to me. If we leave you here by yourself, I'm seeing you tomorrow, right?
Velveteen will brush by Antonio for a moment, walk to his room. He will be in there for about 10 seconds, and he'll walk back out, and he will give Tones his holster. And then he
Alright.
will return to his room.
And I will drop concentration on Hex.
Cool. I'm gonna go take a nap.
Yeah, it's probably good nap time.
The middle of the night.
I mean,
Could imagine
The
so.
middle of the day.
it's the middle of the day. Still wrong.
I was for sure this was all happening
Now,
at night.
It's-
No, this is
this is
the middle
midday.
of the day.
It was
This
midday.
is the like afternoon.
Oh well, afternoon. Okay. I was assuming midday was like 1 o'clock. I was like, why is he?
No.
Is he that depressed? He could be. He might be.
It's late afternoon, early evening, yeah.
Yeah, he's that depressed. He's going back to bed.
All right.
You just see his door close, and that's about it. You hear from him.
Fantastic. Twister,
hi.
you got a job, buddy? How that's going? It didn't seem like it was going too terribly well, but are you at least trying to not be too discouraged?
I'm trying. I tried to do stand up. Stage fright's a thing, apparently.
Yeah.
I'll try again though sometime next month. So
Awesome.
I'm gonna leave.
Okay.
I mean,
We
we should probably at least leave
Yeah,
the
we
sleeping
should.
man's house.
Yeah.
The
I
what?
feel like we've
No.
overstayed. I feel like we've overstayed our welcome. If
You're
we
What
want
is
to
sleeping
have
in there,
any
yes?
discussions,
Oh,
we
the
should go.
sleeping man. I heard creeping man. I was like, what? What'd I do?
You said spies on us, you little creep.
True.
If anyone
We should.
approaches the door, they would hear crying on the other side.
Perf.
If we want to have any discussions, we should probably have them back at the headquarters instead of Velveteen's apartment.
Yeah.
He probably wants to sleep, and we have
You know,
no reason to be here anymore. So
that is very fair.
I
So
worked so hard. Why do people hate me?
shit.
God.
Crawdads.
No, you crave for crawdads.
Crawdads.
Me every day. I just think about them. I'm like, no.
All right. Let's
Fucking
skedaddle.
All right. Is there anything else anyone wanted to do to end this portion of things?
I don't know if this counts as something else for this portion of this, but I do want to talk to Trish.
Okay. Alright, so yeah, like soon after getting back, and like you can find Trash Shot like pretty much as usual in the day. Just gets one snack, kind of like reading a paper on the couch as you approach. Oh, hey,
Howdy ho
what's
there,
up?
friend. I just had a bit of an odd question for you.
Hmm?
And I'll produce the holy symbol that I have not been wearing around my neck and say, do you know what deity this is for?
Hmm. Oh, by Johnny?
Johnny died.
R.I.P. Can't believe it.
Alright,
Almost like we can still hear him.
alright, Fresh is kind of like gonna look over the idol, like hold it in her hands, look it over, flip it around, and then just kind of like lightly toss it back your way. Yeah, sorry. I think I've seen that around.
Secondary question. Could you find someone who does for me?
Well, as always, the best source of knowledge is with the spider, but their knowledge is mostly about the events here in Sharn. Not sure if they'll be able to get anything going on for like this religious thing. There's plenty of scholars all about, you know, those people over in Morgrave University. There's plenty of libraries around the area.
Okay. Well, thanks anyway. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Hope you get to understand what's going on with this.
Fingers crossed.
Hmm.
It's kind of important. And that's all. All Tones had to ask her.
Alright. Well, if that'll be it for wrapping things up for off the case, then let me go ahead and give a bit of a read to things. Many scars were placed upon the continents of Corvair and its citizens during the last war in the 100 years it lasted. Towns leveled and razed to just be ruined again as the greater powers stomped over them. Neighbor against neighbor, cousin against cousin, rending another with blade and spell. Fury and sorrow mixed together as a horrible maelstrom that left even survivors as victims, each one bearing wounds inside or out. The Treaty of Thronehold, this temporary truce placed after the mourning, has done little to ease the heart still full of unease and anger. Anger over never getting a finality to the cause people gave their lives for. Anger to the royals who started this war for their petty desires. Anger and grief over all that was lost just for it to feel like it was for naught. And unease at the knowledge that this squabble turned into a bloody affair could return any time now and tear open the wounds that have barely begun to heal. These emotions wrap around the throats of many, ready to choke them in anxiety with the slightest misstep. The city, Sharn, too could not escape from these pains. The taverns and dreamily dens are full of many who want to forget, who want to escape. Some look to the shadows and imagine something looking back at them, waiting to pounce. Ghosts of those they watched die scratch and claw at some who struggle to find peace in the silent night. Call minds a luxury, peace and hope ideals. That horrid monster, that invisible threat, tension looms over the tallest of towers, ready to flatten everything down. Only time can tell how long the city will last under this pressure. Several days have passed now since your own rise of tensions over within Velveteen's room. These airing of feelings. When all of you find yourself positioned within the headquarters for the Sharn Protection Agency, name still pending. It's a bit of a quiet day. You haven't gotten any cases the last couple of days. Not even like someone asking you to try to help find a missing pet, or a few coins that happen to slip out of their purse. All of you kind of like sat around. As like Treasures yet again reading reading another paper, the newest entry from the Sharn Sentinel, a weekly news publication, with the main titles being a headline, "These Steel Soldiers Have Gold Hearts." As you're all kind of like positioned down here, I'd like to go ahead and ask, since last week we also had, last session we also had like a whole thing of talk about additions you'd like to bring about this place, so as you're kind of like waiting around, can people start to give some of the items that they would have liked to have added in?
Working front door. Non-busted
start.
windows.
Good start.
Exactly why I just DM'd Becca right before you brought this up.
Actual beds.
Not
Yeah.
not broken stairs.
True.
A dartboard. A desk.
A
Corkboard.
cork board with the strings and everything.
Oh yeah,
Oh, there's
Galen
like
has
15 of those
multiple,
in
right?
Galen's room.
Yeah.
The entirety of one of
Bring
Galen's
one
walls.
down here for us.
One of them is for the mouse trying to also solve crimes on their downtime.
Oh yeah, we have a cage for operative squeakers. So like a real large enclosure. The
Gosh.
wheel.
We let him
and,
out
like, a
every so
miniature
often. He hangs
corkboard.
out.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
your rat cage has a corkboard of its own, and
Mhm.
like what, there's also like tiny string just kind of like attached to
Yeah.
random things.
Just connecting the little rat cases.
Yeah, and
We
then
have
it's
to
not
top
even-
off. We have to top
We-
off their speakers every now and then from eating the string.
He has a little hat.
Yeah.
He has like a little tiny mug of coffee he's constantly drinking from,
A- a-
stressed
and-
out.
And the little detective's pipe
Yeah.
that he sleeps in. It's like a full scale one that he sleeps
Yeah.
in.
Okay.
Just like I don't know, things to make. Do we have like a lobby? Do we have like a place where we like the guest side of things? We want top tier guest experience when they enter our establishment for the first time. They don't want to
Filing
be like, oh,
cabinet.
we're in a shithole.
The main area like is the
Is that where the
living
sad
room.
couch is?
Yeah, there is a living room
Yeah.
space that's like right next to like the entryway that's where Trish always kind of like stood and waited around, just eating, drinking, and getting like something read before getting their own case to head out and handle.
I think some, I don't know, some bookshelves with like some, books that make it look like we read here. A front
Actual good
desk,
couch.
Actual good couch.
Sorry,
Maybe
sad
some
couch.
armchairs. Yeah.
A desk, maybe a filing cabinet or two.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like a nice like little coffee table, like
With
Should we also
magazines.
come up with a
Keurig.
name?
with
or-
magazines, both for parents and children. You know.
Yeah.
One of
One
those,
of those
you
little,
know when you.
one of those little playthings.
That's what I was
like-
about to say. Like when you go to the dentist office and it
Yeah.
has like the
Amazing.
wires that you have the rings on and you
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like this. Like,
Yeah.
all right, Timmy, when was the last time you saw mommy and dad? Like, hold on.
Yeah. Chalkboards.
Okay.
Chalk.
Okay, so some of
A
this
new
stuff.
sign that doesn't have a name on it yet, but a sign.
It just says pending on it.
Yeah.
Trash, what is this group called pending? I'm like, they're still thinking of the name. It's been 2
We're
months.
like, well, over a month. I'll be right back.
I mean, do we want to brainstorm names right now?
We could
Here at the club?
brainstorm names right now.
I
And
know you're trying to start the new mystery or whatever, but we need a name.
We do.
I'll go for it.
Start the new mystery or whatever.
Or what? Yeah, you know.
Sharn Protective Agency. I don't know. I'm here.
I like
mean,
that just because it shortens to spa.
No,
Oh.
we could. Yeah, spa vibes. Can we change it so it says ska and then we start a ska band as well?
Yes, please. Deckard pre-war was super into ska, and he has like checkered Vans on.
I think
Wait,
we killed Nate. I think
wait.
Nate's down.
Yeah.
The spa ska.
Hey,
Ooh,
Nate.
The
I have a
ska
question.
spa.
I have a question
Ska spa.
for Nate and chat and everyone here. Nate, when you're dancing to ska music, what is it called?
I don't know, Scooby Doo.
Nope, it's called skanking.
It is skanking.
That's disgusting.
It really is.
I am lesser for having known that.
Do we want to go with just Sharn Protection Agency for now?
That seems to
Yeah.
work for me. I don't mind.
What about Galen and Friends?
All right.
I like the sound of that one. Galen and Associates.
I veto that.
Law Morales and Sons.
I'm not your son though.
I'll adopt you.
I like to imagine you're all having this
No,
actual
you're not my
conversation
dad.
right now too, and Tresh is just sipping like her tea, like watching all of you, just thinking, what the fuck?
What is happening?
I mean, Tresh, it's an open discussion. What do you
Yeah.
think of Law Morales and Sons?
Oh, what do you think about skanking personally?
We could get our abbreviations to spell skank.
We could.
I guess this is where we're gonna start our combat.
I think Sharn Protection Agency is good for now.
All right, but I mean, don't forget about Law Morales and Sons. I can
I
make
won't
business
forget
cards, and
about
they'll
it.
look really,
I
really
will-
nice.
And
I won't
Sons?
forget about it.
And Sons.
I think I'm
I'm-
older than you. No, I'm probably not older than you. You're like 100 or something.
Excuse me, 100. How dare you? I am in
sorry.
fact.
I don't know
a
anything
fresh
about.
70.
I'm sorry, I don't know
No,
much
my
about
son is
elf
70.
aging.
I'm in fact 269 years old.
Nice.
Of course you are.
Oh.
How
I'm
old is
sorry. You are 10 times my age.
My son was the one that was in his 70s.
I feel like I'm having a headache or an out of body experience or both. I'm not sure yet.
it? Is it because you're a bus boy and you're late for work and you're worried you're gonna miss a shift?
Or is it this conversation?
Or is it this conversation?
I really wish at some point someone would just walk in the door and then this conversation would
This-
tragically end.
This is very true. By the way, Arceus, I didn't realize you were also that old, as I'm 29 years old.
How old is everyone? Let's learn about each other. Let everyone
I-
open your bio page in Roll20.
True.
I am
Also-
How old are you?
trash, how old are you?
I feel like that's not something you'd ask.
That's not
28.
something you ask a lady.
I am older than you. That's interesting. Very interesting. So, how much do you make per year? I'm also curious about that.
Can you also give like the 3 numbers at the back of your credit card while you're at it and your social security number?
At this point, by the way, I would have definitely have asked Tones for my gun back. You know,
Yeah.
at the most awkward of times, though, to be like, we
You're
should
like-
go with this name. Like, can I have my gun back? I'm not gonna use it. Maybe.
Definitely hand it back.
I'm just gonna read this book and tune out whatever the fuck's
I'm
happening.
just
It's a
gonna pray
highlights
someone
magazine.
shows up in like the next minute.
It is a book. It is actually a book. I promise.
Galen's like
Insight check.
sketching like business card designs for Lord Morales and Sons.
Oh my god.
At-
Nah, but is that me on that card?
Do you like it? I think it's a pretty good
It's-
drawing of you.
It's pretty
We're not
nice. I
doing-
appreciate
We're
that.
not doing that name.
I'm a little bit of an artist.
Yeah,
You
I
gotta-
have to go with the chaos on this one.
At this point, the person who is waiting outside very patiently kicks the door.
You know,
A new
at this,
No.
I will also say because you've also got like a lot of repairs done for the place as well as these additions, it'll be a
Okay, how much
total
do I-
of 25 gold for everything.
Oh right, that's not bad.
I'll kick in.
You want help? Yeah. Do you want help?
Oh, I
paying
just took
for
all of
that?
it myself, but I mean, if you
Okay.
money's no real object for me.
Okay, brag about it. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
brag about
sorry.
it.
I
I'll-
mean,
I'll
imagine
put in
being
5
poor.
I will put in 5 gold.
Oh,
I bought this book called Skills for Dummies. All right, it cost me like 25 gold.
It's weirdly odd you didn't buy jokes
How
for
many gold?
dummies, but you know.
How many gold? You bought a book for 25
Velveteen
gold?
Despero, I'm going to punch you in the face.
That's a lot for a book, by the
Lovingly.
way.
Yeah.
Lovingly.
Is that like, are the pages made of gold themselves?
Why did you spend that much on a book?
I mean, my spell book when I first bought it probably cost around that amount, probably more,
That's-
honestly.
But I
A
mean,
spell book?
I don't believe that's a
That is-
spell book. That's just a book. I believe it says Cliff with the big red dog on the front of it. That's a weird book. I'm just saying. Also, ma'am or sir or non-binary person standing here waiting to confess of some sort of kidnapping, murder, or like, well, they might have done it. Like the last person.
Velveteen, this isn't about them. This is about us.
The last time the woman basically did it, okay, and was all like, "Oh, I goofed. Go kill my husband now." This person might do the same thing. She'd be like, "Oh, I brought back my dead kids. Go hunt them down." I'm like, "What the fuck? I'm not hunting kids down." Wink. But anyway,
Wait,
non-binary
what?
man
Wait.
or I mean, I might hunt down for some. They're dead kids in this scenario. But again, non-binary man, woman, whatever is standing in the doorway, present yourself and tell us what we're doing next.
Oh my god.
Velveteen, while you are kind of like all having this conversation, you can kind of feel a bit of like kind of like stiffness all of a sudden in your artificial hand, and you see that I swear this is not because of what you were just doing. You can feel like your fingers start to kind of like just start twitching on their own for a bit.
Interesting. I turn around and I look to see if someone's like forcing my hand to do this.
No. For you, this feels like it might just be like a malfunction that simply happened all of a sudden.
Interesting. This may be due to the fact of the maker of this arm maybe having some issues themselves.
The maker of your arm can still control it from a distance.
I mean, potentially control all of their prosthetics. They are quite the wizard in terms of technology. As I have to go through my notes and remember this person's name.
Is
Unless
that a
Nate wants
thing,
to
or
say it.
are they actually a wizard?
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, technology wizards aren't super rare from my studies of them.
It might be a wizard, realistically. It's whatever Nate wants to make them.
Yeah, Trish will see like what's going on with your arm and be like, got some issues.
I mean, a little bit, and I'm like, my arm's just like doing this now.
Yeah. And she'll go ahead and just kind of like raise up her own artificial hand. Yeah, I know you feel gets. Mine also gets a little weirdness going on. It's slow time right now. Why don't y'all go ahead and. Yeah, it might be time for y'all to go ahead and meet a friend of mine, actually. He'll be able to tune up that hand of yours.
You really just want us to stop talking, don't you?
Oh,
No,
that
we-
too. This has been going on for a couple days now. This has been a weird one.
I mean, no one's walked in with a case. It's not our fault. We can't go out and find people and be like, hey, did you have someone get murdered on you, or have you
Oh,
murdered
no.
someone? Oh, like, what I'm implying is, like, like a relative of someone who is now deceased via stabbing, shooting, other options, get hit by a train, because apparently we have trains here.
Please explain to me each option individually, please.
How about we go
Velveteen,
meet
what
your
the hell are
friend?
you talking about?
Was there
Yeah.
a train? I believe there was a train.
There was
There
a
was a
train.
train.
Yes.
Yeah, there was
Okay.
a train. Yeah.
There was a train.
Okay.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Listen, people get hit by trains, push in
Trains
front of
are
them.
real.
Yeah, trains exist. Most people
like-
that murder people via trains usually have like long mustache and wear a top hat and go, nah. But that rarely happens.
I believe that's just a stereotype.
Maybe.
True.
All right,
Trish,
while
who's your
you're
friend?
while you're saying that, Trish has been writing on a card and like hands it over to like any of you who'd like to take it.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, just go ahead and when you meet this person, go ahead and give that card. They'll understand that you know me. That'll be pretty useful for all of you. They've definitely helped me out quite a bit. You can find them down over in the Cogs. You'll have to make a travel underneath, though.
All right. Does the card have like a name on it, or is it just like a secret message basically on it? It's like, hey, we're besties with Trash Ulu.
It just like it's like written on there is like what you seem to be Trish's signature, which is a little sloppy, and it's just like her first name still, and like over on top of that is like, yeah, you can trust these people. Don't worry, got my word.
Do we get to know the name of this person that we're going to go see?
Yeah. Their name is Sin Renly.
Oh, okay. I found it. I was like, I don't know how to pronounce this. I don't want to be a fool of myself. It's right here on my arm.
Yeah, they're an old war buddy of mine. They've stationed themselves down below where they kind of like do their own artificer work.
Artificer, then, not a wizard.
Never
Yeah,
mind,
they
don't
made
Wizard adjacent.
made me this thing over here.
Well, we will pay them a visit, I suppose.
Are we all paying them a visit?
I guess.
It's always good to meet a new contact within the city.
I mean, you don't have to come with us.
I mean, if you
But
have work.
this can, go on no longer for me at least.
Well, yeah. I will go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nate, if I go through my flashcards, do I see this person on there? Would I have any
Okay.
meeting of them?
Roll me a history check.
Oh no,
Interesting.
my boy. No.
Yeah, you don't know too much. You don't really see anything in like your list for anyone named Sin Renly.
Hmm. All right.
Well, I like meeting new people. Let's get a move on, eh?
Yeah. And Trash, be sure to feed Operative Squeakers at his prescribed food time of 4:20 p.m.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll make sure to get him some scraps.
Thank you.
He only eats the finest of cheeses. Maybe.
It's
I don't
very
know.
expensive. I have to go. I have to go towards Upper Sharn to get it from the deli up there.
Listen, he's a man of taste.
Yes,
I relate.
yes.
Is that like a Gouda cheese or like a fresh palm or something?
Yeah.
Anyways,
Anyway, we're walking and talking.
yeah, walking and talking about cheese.
Yeah.
Alright.
Jeez.
It'll take you all some like a long time to be able to maneuver your way down to your destination. Continuing down through the stairways and various magical lifts along the towers of Sharn, you descend further and further down as the light grows dimmer and dimmer. And when the sunlight no longer is able to reach you, you are welcomed by green ever glowing flames that are kind of like cast along sconces every so many feet to try to keep these areas lit up well. Some are going to be dimmer than others, and you can kind of like see the shadows flickering all about you as you continue your descent. You also notice at this time, like, a lot of people down on these areas to continue going now, even into the past, like, through the crust of the ground as well. The people around you look more and more malnourished. Uh, some of them you can see have eyes bags on their eyes that seem to droop more than you've ever seen, as if they might not have been able to have any rest for several weeks. A lot of these people feel covered in dust and soot and ash. Continuing at your way down, you also feel the heat start to rise higher and higher as well. Eventually, you find yourselves in front of a open gate, and yeah. And yeah, you go through the gates at the bottom, and you can find yourselves looking at the expanse of the Cogs landscape. On the rocky ground, houses, stores, and other buildings are unsteadily propped up. Fernie and lava, a magical essence abundant down here, flows as a river in the distance, springing up from even further below. A great structure in the distance can be seen scooping up the lava to be used to power the forges of House Caneth that have, you all would know, have like many different factories down along this space. Continuing to kind of like look and scan about, going back between going into like that card as well and the information you've gotten from Tresh. You can see in front of you is the Blackbones district. While there are a few varieties of humanoids that are in the streets, you also notice as you make your way through that there's now been a much higher population of warforged along this space, and even a very rare to find humanoid and tieflings who are able to handle the heat as well. And looking at the instructions given to you, you continue along your destination and eventually find yourself in front of a large warehouse building with shuttered windows. Imagining that all of you have also begun like sweating profusely at this point. Like, this is very high temperatures along the area. It feels like you're in like 110s and 120s at the lowest. But yeah, in front of this building, how would you like to proceed with things?
As we're going down, Twister's gonna just like start like he's like sweating profusely, probably more so than everyone else, just due to the armor he's wearing, and he's just is like, I wish that I just like took off my armor before going down here, before I realized how hot it was going to be.
Well, you know what they say about hindsight and 2020 and all that. But
Yeah,
yeah, it is. It's pretty hot. It's unpleasant.
It is a steamer down here, to say the least.
Yeah, it's not particularly fun. Galen says, like, still in his like full like jacket and like several layers.
Arceus probably would have taken like his cloak off and stowed it in his bag.
Shall we go inside, knock, do something of the sort?
I think maybe we knock, or is this
Sure.
like just an entryway?
I'll start knocking. Do. Pardon me.
Okay. You knock on and knock at it's. The door in front of you is like a heavy metal door, and as you knock, you can hear like the ringing all throughout. Being right next to the door as well, Antonio, you can hear that there is like something that seems like a slight whir on the other side. You also notice that the door with each wrap feels noticeably cooler. And as you kind of like wait around for a bit, you hear what sounds like the clattering of like glass and metal against the ground, and then like the shuffling of papers as someone you can hear on the other side just roar out. Oh fuck! Oh, hold on a sec. Hold on. Uh, just, and like followed by the sounds of like footsteps, kind of like dragging along and bringing like papers and some other utensils, most likely along with them. You eventually like hear the sounds of something spinning, several locks being undone before the door is open, and each of you are greeted with a pleasant blast of cool air as the door is open, and you can see in front of you is a very tall and like extremely like muscular builded person that the hair you can see is mostly shaven down, and there's like patches where it looks like there's kind of like light burn scarring. The one of the eyes is missing and replaced with a mechanical one. Uh, one of their arms is also replaced with an artificial limb. Half of the other one is from elbow up is artificial, and like both their legs are replaced as well. Uh, this person's like also got like dark skin and like heavy amounts of soot just all over them. And you can tell like this is a person who definitely spends a lot of time at a forge and might not have been the having the safest of experience considering all the scarring along them. And like as they open up the door, it's like, oh, okay. So you customers, I got plenty of gadgets, as you should know.
Well,
Um,
howdy ho. My name's Antonio. Nice to meet you. These here are my associates and friends. We have, as my friend Galen's got there in their hand, we've got a bit of a recommendation from our good mutual friend Tresh. We had a couple of issues going on with one of our companions' things, and I'd also just like to window shop. This is a very nice place.
Ah, oh, trash. Okay.
hand the card over.
He looks at it for a sec, kind of like just tosses it to the side. Alright, come on in. What can I do you for? See, that one's hand is kind of like fucked up.
I mean, if you could, fix it a little bit, he'll pop his arm off.
Hmm.
It's very bothersome.
Yeah, it's been making that motion for the past.
While we were walking down here.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Ah, okay. Wait, this is my make? Oh, I shouldn't be acting this up like this. How long have you been getting this repaired?
I wasn't told when given the arm that I would have to have it come in for repairs.
Oh, no one bothered to give you that note I sent that fucking figures. Okay, let me go ahead and just come with me to the workshop.
I'll follow behind him.
Okay.
waddle on after.
Oh, and close the door, don't let the cold air escape.
We'll go ahead and close it.
Alright. Within the space, as you kind of like go through this go through the structure, you can see that it's a very messy area, especially up front. And continuing along as you imagine Sin to be, you kind of like watch him kind of like fiddle around with the arm, and to the side you can see that there is a sofa that has like papers all scattered about, and it kind of looks like he might have just been napping there real quick, considering there's a blanket that's been upturned as well.
Relatable.
Yeah. You can also see that there is a closet space that's opened up and has plenty of hangers, but nothing on there. Not on there, but the bottom of the closet is filled with all kinds of metallic objects, none of which you can understand. You can see a stairway that leads to a second floor, a hallway that continues east, and a kitchen and dining area on the west side of the house. Kind of like continuing along the area, you watch Sin not even like paying attention to things, just kind of like open up another door and go through that, and you follow him into a warehouse a warehouse slash workshop structure that is looking to be like 200 by 100 feet, which is a much larger space than like the house that you were just in. There are several different like tables set up with different instruments and tools all along the area. You can see cloth kind of like draped over all kinds of different possible projects along the area. And one side of the building has a large shutter door that is currently closed. Working at the space as well, kind of like fiddling around at their own table, you can see a Warforged in a lab coat kind of like messing around with a couple of screwdrivers while trying to handle something that looks to be like a metallic dragonfly about 3 feet in length. There. And as you kind of go through, over there's Argentum. Go ahead and like talk with them for a bit. I'm gonna need a little bit of focus for the psalm. If you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Can I follow Sin as they're working on my arm? Because I have questions.
Certainly.
Okay, cool.
Continuing to follow along, Sin does take notice of that you, just kind of like tilts his head back a bit, but just goes back and like keeps focus on your arm, places it on another bench, and you can see he just kind of like unscrews the arm to kind of like open it up, and you can see like a bunch of like runes and like a crystal, a glowing crystal inside. And kind of like just watch him start messing around with bringing out like different other tools to kind of like examine the whole thing, magnifying glasses, all that.
Interesting.
They're not saying anything to you. They're just focused on the.
Oh
boat
no,
right
no, I
now.
know. I'm just watching the repair.
All right.
Make sure just in case nothing funny happened. I trust him. It's just
Alright.
why not?
Everyone else?
I guess we're going to go talk to Argentum, was it?
Yeah,
What
Argentum.
was the Warforged name? Yeah, cool.
Mhm.
Cool. Galen at least will meander that way.
As will Antonio.
I'll go over there.
Yeah, same.
All right. Along the space around Argentum, you can see that there's not only like this dragonfly that they are currently still fiddling around with, not really paying attention to your own presence at the moment. There's also like several schematics for all kinds of designs that seem to be animal based, as well as a couple easels that also have like just cloth draped over whatever is on being held up by them.
Howdy.
Ah! Oh.
My name's Antonio.
Hi there.
How you doing?
Oh, hi there. Sorry there. You need something?
I just wanted to introduce ourselves.
Oh, okay.
So I'm
I'm
Antonio.
sorry, I didn't
How are
expect
you?
anyone.
What's your name?
I'm, Argentum.
Argentum. It's nice to meet you, and I'll extend a hand.
Right, and they'll kind of, like, reach down and, like, give a very gentle shake.
Would I have met a Warforged before?
Yeah, most likely. They're not, like, the most populous of, like, sentient creatures that kind of, like, go throughout, Sharn, but there are definitely, like, several that are at least scattered about the area.
And
And you did meet one at
yeah.
at one of the bars before, too.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, and I'll say, what you working on?
Oh, it's just kind of like experimenting with like it's kind of like I don't know if how well acquainted you are with drone technologies. This is pretty much just kind of like gonna be allowing people to go. It's gonna go ahead and kind of like act as a way to check on hard to get areas, like see if there's people that need to be rescued, stuff like that. Just go into areas that most people can't get into.
So what? It's kind of like a mobile clairvoyance spell. That's what you're saying. Sorry, I'm Galen Lo Morales. I'll take out one of my business cards.
Oh, thank you. Here, and they'll go ahead and extend their own business card to you that
Oh.
has like
Oh.
the name Argentum and with like locations in Renly's workshop, Cogs.
Hmm. Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely
Yeah.
font.
Clairvoyance is a project in the works that's very hard magic to try to decipher for this stuff, but mostly just kind of like use like some different spells to go ahead and like imprint like magical auras or toxic effects that might be going on for now.
So fascinating. You're saying it's gonna fly around and like take like portraits, almost of scenes, landscapes.
Oh, that is that's definitely something that'd be a dream to be able to do. No, no, that's a
It's just
like I said,
gathering auras.
yeah. Actual being able to see what's going on and transmit that to the person using it. That's a hard one to do. That's a hard one to get figured out.
It is very beautiful, though.
Oh, thank you. I thought that dragonfly would be a nice design for it. It's just the way they are able to fly around, try to mimic that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
I'm not just.
I'll,
Did you want to buy something?
that's actually what I was interested in talking to you about. And I'll pull out my boomerang and say, these I've seen. I had like a bit of an idea to try and because a boomerang doesn't hit too terribly hard, but I thought maybe it would be cool if it could be enchanted in some way, shape, or form to do like some like maybe elemental damage or something like that.
Hmm. Hmm. And if you want, I can go ahead. It'll take some time. I don't know, maybe a. Yeah, that's a. Should be too difficult. I can find a way to enchant like this with something. That's not necessarily my specialty of things, but yeah, I can look into that.
Fantastic. So, how much do you think it'll run me?
Depends on the effects you wish it to go for. If it's just adding elemental damage, it'll cost you about 15 gold. If it's about like making sure this is able, if you want to make it so they can have some tracking abilities against whatever you want to throw it at, that'll run you another 50 gold because that's honestly pretty hard to get.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's just start with the elemental, and maybe I'll come back in the future.
Okay, yeah, just give me a week on this.
Cool. Let's go ahead and make it cold damage.
Cold. Oh, good. We got I can go ahead and just pick Renly's brain over like the arcane cooler for this. Then.
Fantastic.
Did you
I will
have
hand him the 15 gold.
items that were just for sale here, like a shop of some variety?
Oh, yeah, just you look at them just very I kind of like look over to an empty bench that has like a chest that's been opened up and go. Yeah, we had to get rid of some stuff recently. So
rid
not
of?
everything that you might be looking for is available, but we'll reproduce it as soon as we can.
What happened?
Ah.
Twister, by the way.
Oh, hi there, Argentum. Hmm. Yeah, we got an issue that came up. I'm not sure I'm the one to talk about with this.
Do you need help of any variety? Because we're, you know, we kind of go around helping people every now and then. I mean, it's literally our jobs. So,
Yes, we need money, please.
don't make it sound like too desperate, but yes, also that.
Oh. I mean, there's always I mean, the only things I can offer you are just like random odd jobs around here. You can go to Sin for more information on some other stuff, though.
Can I make an insight check on this guy?
Sure.
Seeming a little sussy, if I pardon my deep speech. Where the fuck is my insight?
It's right there.
Thanks. Galen, can you roll good for once? This session?
All right. With an 11, you can tell they're being a little weird, but you don't really understand what's going on right now. Other
Right.
than like they're definitely taking like glances back over at Sin Renly, who is like kind of like in the middle of like fixing up Velveteen's hand still.
Well, sorry to bother you then. We'll ask Sin more about it.
Oh, okay. In the meantime, yeah, like I said, I can get to working on your boomerang here. Make it nice and cool. They look right, and they look down with what you imagine would be a Warforged blush immediately after saying that, and you can hear them whisper, "Oh no, that was weird," and then just kind of like hunch down to start kind of like poking at the boomerang now.
One, I suppose, commission question that I just came up with.
Hmm? Oh.
Is there a way that you could like, kind of what I was previously talking about, like, if you're like looking at something, is there a way to like capture what you're looking at in some kind of like physical format, not like a full like, just like a portrait almost of it. Like you look at a thing, you like, and then you just capture it, say that moment. Is that a thing that's possible?
I know somebody who works on something like that. They might be able to get that done for you whenever you can ask around for them.
I would be very interested in that.
Okay, yeah. This is that's another thing to go ahead and just talk to Sin about too.
All right.
Sorry, I'm not much help on that matter.
No, it's all right.
And they again awkwardly just kind of like look between all of you before just turning to go back to messing with their own stuff.
Suppose we just wait for him to be done.
Can I? So they pointed over at a chest of some kind, right?
They looked over at that, but they didn't point at it.
Is there anything like over there?
If you wish to go and explore that area, certainly.
Yeah, I'll explore it.
Okay, make an investigation check.
I am gonna cast guidance on myself. Because holy moly, 6.
Nice.
6. You can look around the area. Yeah, the chest is empty. There's not much on the left over on the desk. There's a lot of weird stuff stuff that's kind of like covered in cloth work as well. You kind of like lift it up every now and then. And you cannot make heads or tails of what any of this machinery is. That's the best that you can come up with.
Huh. That's interesting. I'll
Yeah.
just muddle on back.
But, over on Velveteen's side of things, you are kind of like watching Sin just kind of like very quickly go between all of like the different tools they use, like kind of like chip away at some parts of your arm. You can hear them just kind of like muttering something under their breath the whole way through. You hear quite a few swear words the whole time, as they seem to be just keenly focused in on their work right now. Before you kind of like see a glow for a dragon mark over one of their eyes, as they kind of like take a hammer and lightly tapped against the arm, and you can see like it just kind of like starts working on its own, so that way the fingers are clenching and releasing over and over before finally setting down. And then he closes up your arm, screws everything back together, and hands it to you. Alright, that should be good now.
Interesting. No, I'll go ahead and take the arm and reattach it to my, my socket, I guess. I don't know what we call my little shoulder. Can't believe I forgot the word shoulder.
I will.
Very much. Wait, go ahead.
I was gonna say, you can notice very quickly after attaching it that something about it all of a sudden feels like it's a little lighter, like feels more responsive to you all of a sudden as well. Like before you might have felt like a little lag that you got used to, but now it's almost as if like this is working as soon as you put thought into it.
What type of upgrades did you give me, Sid?
I didn't upgrade it. All I did was make sure that it worked like it's supposed to if whoever gave it to you didn't fuck up.
Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. I do have a question though. I don't know if it'll cause any more mess ups, Mar, but is there a possibility to, weaponize it a little bit? Down the road, that is, not
Oh,
right
certainly.
now. Do you have anything in mind for,
I mean, what do you want to do with it? Do you want to have it turned into a sword, an axe, a gun? What is it? I mean, I can go ahead and add like a bunch of blades that rotate in a circular pattern that just pop out at some point too. Anything's possible.
now about this turning it into a gun? How long would that take to, for you
Hmm.
to install?
What kind of blasting power do you want to put into it? And do you want it to do elemental damage, or do you want to have to do projectile damage? Because those are different spells that would have to tune into it.
Hmm. 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 I would, would like for it to do elemental damage if that's possible.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay. So now cold would be the easiest to do because I've got that technology down pat. Fire and lightning aren't bad either, but yeah, what's your choice?
Hmm. Some people say I have a shocking personality, so we can go with, electricity if
Okay,
that's doable.
I guess that's not too bad. All I have to take is the principles of shocking graphs and turn it so that way it's attached to something I'll have in the arm, and that'll be. I'm not giving you any more trade secrets to that.
So, how often do you tend to get repairs for appendages? Because Tresh said, she uses you quite a bit for when things, go sideways.
Oh yeah, no. She can be pretty reckless with her own tools and equipment.
Mm,
So, yeah, freaking shopper.
interesting. Does she also ever come to you for like work of any sort? Because you seem like a person who, works with high technology. Sometimes maybe it goes missing or it's stolen. You know, are
No
you
one's stupid enough to go ahead and rob me.
hmm, interesting? Interesting.
Those who try, but hmm.
At this
There might
point,
be some who succeed in other parts, though.
what do you mean by other parts?
I've not lost the equipment that I've made.
Hmm. Anything important to you that we should that I would you would feel free to share?
Y'all know Trish. Fine.
Hmm, interesting. At this point, because I imagine they're done talking to this other person, do I see the group like reconvene over here if they were headed this way to talk to Sin?
Mhm.
Because I believe it was mentioned that Sin was the one who usually gives out work.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see like the rest of the group coming over while Twister is fiddling around with a random desk.
Is this what they're investigating?
Yeah, this is
Twister's
well they're
just poking
investigating.
at it. It was like,
Twister, just like, how the hell did you open this?
there's an obvious like droid. He's just not seeing it.
No. It's one of those drawers where it has like a little thing you have to push in first and then pull out.
Mhm.
You're just not seeing that. So were you all able to purchase anything or find anything out?
Um, we Tones set a commission in order, and I have a future one that I was told to actually talk to you about. Kind of says towards Sin. As for purchasing things, it appears that your out of stock of most things?
Uh, I will stock of a few things that can be easily replaced. It's just objects. Yes. There is. There is a job I can go ahead and ask of all of you. When it's done, I can offer. I can offer either payments in gold or equipment. Reasonable. I need you to go ahead and find an assistant of mine who's gone missing.
Hmm. When perhaps did they go missing?
It's been a few weeks.
Interesting.
They have another Warforged, much like Argentum there. Their name is Oram.
Interesting. Why not, since they've been missing for quite a bit, come to Tresh with this information since they will work in the same field as us?
Because Tresh's specialties don't align with this.
Hmm.
That's all
So,
I can say on that.
so murder. Understand.
Do we know what Tresh's specialty is, and is it murder?
The only things you've heard about Tresh is being a really good fighter who's able to handle her own.
Okay, yeah, murder. Cool, cool.
Mhm.
I believe we can offer our services. We are one for one, in a way, for helping find people.
That's true. We're pretty good at what we do.
Where were they last seen?
Well, they were last seen at this workshop, handling their own equipment. And they like to spend time at Olatar's Tears. I don't know, they were... Don't know what was going on with them. It's just... They seemed worried for a while, stressed out about something. I asked them about it. They didn't get anything yet. Now they're gone.
Um,
What was that location
Twister,
you said? Sorry.
Twister will kind of like scurry back after like poking around and not finding anything. We'll just hearing like someone missing. Twister will just say, is there any item or items that they usually tend to carry on themselves?
I mean, I've never seen them out of that lamp coat. They don't really carry anything along with them.
Hmm.
What is this place they frequented?
Oh, it's, holy site down here. Some pool of water that helps out, smiths and artificers. The more religious people believe it to literally be, filled with the tears of the god Odata.
Hmm. Interesting.
Um, did Orem have some sort of relation to Argentum?
Yes, the two of them have known each other for a long time.
Hmm.
Yep, found the both, brought them with me, and now they help me. And I help them.
Interesting.
Can I
Interesting.
make an insight check?
I would also like to see if this man is hiding anything.
Yeah, same.
He's being a little.
Okay, go ahead and roll these
Tell
insights.
me everything.
Tell me something. Like, what's his favorite color?
Also, tell me everything.
Okay.
I'm
So
not gonna
now,
roll insight because okay, so there's no reason to not trust his word.
we'll ignore the 11 and the 6, but a natural 20 for 21 and a 22. Galen and Twister, both of you can see that you're given untrusting looks because you are still technically strangers to this person who's definitely wanting to go ahead and, well, they were hesitant for a reason. Like, they are definitely people who, they're definitely hiding something else about what's going on, and they don't feel comfortable telling you all.
Just.
Um,
So you said you found them?
Yes, we found each other, you can say.
May I ask you to elaborate on that?
There's plenty of things. Here, let's leave it at this. There's plenty of things from the war we'd all like to forget about. Sometimes it's good to go ahead and let people move on.
Fair.
It's understandable. Now,
um,
did they happen to have a work area or desk that we can peruse through, possibly? Maybe
Yeah.
for clues?
That's the one your blue friend there was messing around with.
Maybe I'll take a second look. Antonio, would you mind helping me?
you're muted, D.
Sure, no problem.
Okay.
Sorry, I was practicing my mime speech.
Um, while you're doing that, I'm gonna try to see if I can detect anything magically. I'm gonna ritual cast detect magic.
Plate's gonna,
Alright,
this
that'll
is gonna
take,
light up like a beacon. This place
that'll
is just
take
gonna
10 minutes.
illuminate.
It's
Yeah.
gonna
be-
be very.
It's gonna be like a rave, just everything.
It's just gonna say yes, and the spell will end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll take 10 minutes of casting, but while you're kind of like all moving around, I'd like to. Everyone but Twister can make a quick perception check now, too.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, well, you're.
Why?
Well, because you're getting ready for
ritual
Yeah.
casting.
That's fair.
Oh yeah, perception, my favorite.
I'm gonna
Okay.
throw a d4 at mine. Okay.
I'm gonna throw a hero point at mine.
You know what? I rarely use my hero
Can I?
points. I'll also
Before
fucking do, you
before
rat
you guys start
bastard.
like exploring, can I also like touch let's go Galen and let's go Velveteen, and I'm gonna do
of these.
emboldening bond.
What is
So you
emboldening
add a
bond do?
D4 to that, both of you.
Okay.
Oh, so another D4? Okay.
Okay, we got to 17.
I got to also 17. Do I want to use
Hey.
a hero point too? Fuck it. Everyone else is.
Let's party.
I'm just vibing.
Hey,
I
look
got
at
to a
that,
dirty
20.
20.
I
Let's
made
go.
my bed and I'm gonna lie in
I
it.
just dumped everything I have into it.
I like to imagine like we're like doing extra things in case like whatever.
I mean, Case
Alright.
is looking around, but he's like,
He's
huh,
like-
technology.
He's
What
looking
the
around,
fuck?
but like every like half quarter turn or whatever, like the hairs in his eyes, like, oh, damn it, stop it, stop it, cut it out.
I did that, by the way, Nate.
Alright,
He's
You probably figured.
yeah.
receiving fuck all right now.
I'll say who all got at least an 18. Alright. So Galen and Tones, as you kind of like go to start kind of like investigating the area and turn around, you can see like on the floor, kind of like alongside Sin's desk, you can briefly take notice of a piece of paper, some kind of like sketch that's kind of like hidden a bit, and you can see it has a large X over it, where the design seems to be that of something. It looks kind of like a cannon, but along the edge you can see are a series of tubes, and at the end opposite of that, where like the prop would be for the cannon, are two cranks and a handle.
Hmm. I'll look over at Galen and go,
Galen will look over at you.
you see what I see?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Interesting.
Is Sin like actively watching us?
He's kind of like looking at all of you, kind of like start moving off, and is gonna be going ahead and fiddling around with their own gadgets soon enough.
I'll like look over at Sin. I'll like look back at Tones. And then I'll use my telepathic speech. Do you want me to grab it, or do you want to?
Possible. Well, here's. I think I'd probably be better at distracting than grabbing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll make my way over to the other side of the desk, and I will just like full customer service speech, like, and I would like to try and distract, just make sure that his attention stays off of Galen as he goes for that thing.
Okay. In which case,
And-
Galen can make a stealth or sleight of hand check at advantage.
Do I, Brian? Do I still have that
Mhm.
thing? So
Yes.
that's another D4. That's so.
It is.
Hoggy is stealth.
It is for 10 minutes.
Oh.
It is really
Nice.
good.
1d4, you said?
Yep, a D4.
Oh, great.
Okay, that's
But
fine.
a dirty 20, because you said at advantage, yes, Nate? I believe?
Yes. So, go ahead and have Sin roll for this too.
No.
Roll low, you bitch.
Yeah. Work on my arm more. Come on.
All right, they've rolled very high,
That's not
Shitball soup.
good,
What if
like-
they
But-
just didn't though?
but not, high enough.
Nice. Let's go.
Love to
As
see it.
yeah, thanks to the distraction going on with Tones, Sin is kind of like more paying attention to what's going on between that conversation, while still trying to just fiddle around with what looks to just be like a box right now. And as that happens, Galen, you kind of like shift to the side of the desk and just grab the paper and like tuck it away real quick.
Gorgeous.
Yep. And then in Tones' head, I'll just go, we're good.
Well, that is very interesting. I didn't know that that was how artificery worked, but thanks for the quick and dirty rundown. I think we're going to be getting out of here soon, unless anybody needed anything else.
We were still checking out the other desk, right?
Yeah.
Have we rolled for that yet, or is that or was that what the perception check also was?
No, you haven't checked out the Orum's desk yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Do a quick investigation check.
Yeah, can we investigate?
Certainly, either separately, or you can make sure someone has advantage if you help them out.
I mean,
Oh,
gamers. Also,
Fuck.
gamers.
I'm not fucking pointless for once.
okay.
You're not rolling perception, you're rolling investigation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has
You're
my
using-
detect magic gone through yet?
Yours is still you're still ritual casting yours in the middle of this.
I assume
Yeah.
your guys are investigating the desk while we're doing the other
Yeah.
shit.
All right.
Yeah.
So with a 22 total from Velveteen. Alright, you start investigating the area, and as you do, you kind of like notice that there is like a larger box that is attached to the desk, and like find like as you do kind of like poke around and watch it kind of like just shift out a bit. This is a space of about like 6 feet long and 3 feet tall, 3 feet wide, and it kind of like you can see like as it shifts out, there is now a panel that shows up that has a combination lock to it.
Mm,
4 numbers are needed, and it
I'll
goes
tap.
0 to 9.
I'll tap a KS. You know, because they're right there with me. I'm like, you want to take a look at this? Because this is very peculiar.
We need a combination.
Hmm,
Where?
Interesting. I mean,
That is interesting.
Sin might know the combination possibly, but
What reason would he have to give it to us, though?
what reason indeed?
I doubt he would. And it may not even be something that we need to
Very
know.
true.
But it could hold something that someone else was after.
This is also very true. Does this like combination lock like potentially have a way to where they could be like picked or open, or is it just like straight up needs the 4-digit combination?
You can see like there is like a proper like latch near it that you might be able to finesse with if you're highly skilled enough.
Is the KS highly skilled enough?
I'm not highly skilled enough.
Oh yeah. No, no, no. I remember who's highly skilled enough. No.
I wonder who's highly skilled enough.
Antonio.
What's that? Hi. Yeah. I'm Antonio.
We don't want to be loud
can
about
I-
it though.
Can I kind of try to get their attention, usher both Antonio and Galen over?
Oh yeah, just give me 1 sec, Sin.
Female twister.
What?
What? Oh no. Jumbo, you know.
What's up?
Do
I'll
you
show them what
Yeah,
we
wanna-
found.
You two want to take a look at this while I, get Sin's attention for a minute, just in case?
Sure.
Okay. And I'll walk over to Sin and like, as I'm walking past him, like, try and like detach my arm completely. Where it's like, oh no, it fell off.
Oh my god.
Roll deception at disadvantage.
This man that already doesn't trust us.
Listen, you got the D4.
Yeah, but
Just
also,
frickin'
also have a -1 in deception going into
pop
this.
your arm
Oh,
off on the way
God.
over there.
It's fine. Natural 19. Here it comes. Okay, hold
And
on.
9.
Roll that
9.
D4. Yeah, see?
13.
13 might work.
A 13.
Listen, you also got a hero point of view.
You know what? Brian's right. We're burning a hero point. Let's go.
So make it a
19. It's that natural 19. I told you. It just took
There it is.
there.
That
It's
natural-
not. Yeah,
That's not a
natural.
Well, no,
natural.
I know it's not.
19.
I know it's not an actual natural 19. I said we'd get to the 19.
God.
This man's gonna kill us. He's gonna execute us in his shop.
It'll be fine.
Okay, you make this display. I forgot to ask this about the other hero points, but how does your hero point help you in this situation?
Listen, we need to find out information. This person that's probably hiding something needs to have their head turned while we get into something. And I'm like, he works on arms. He's already worked on this arm. Maybe it's already malfunctioning because he might have messed something up on the inside. So I quickly, just like detach it with my like neck and such. He's all like, and then I'm all like, oh no, it's not even the voice. And I'm like, oh, I see my arm has detached itself. This can't possibly be right. Sin, do you know anything about this?
Sin
It's not
gives
good deception.
an exasperated sigh and like looks at you, the scene behind you, and then back to you. Fine. I'll go ahead and just work on this then. I was. It's just not get properly attuned back to you. That's weird. Should work as soon as it touches your body. Hmm.
Uh,
Sorry,
I have a quick question. Is Argentum still like around?
Yeah, Argentum is 20 feet next to you all at their own desk.
Can I like stand between like his view of Galen and Tones? Like try to block his view of them?
Certainly.
Just like sitting there crossing my eyes. Not crossing my eyes.
Your eyes, boy.
Are you
Crossing my
okay?
arms.
Are you okay, Cass? I can't see anything now. Help!
Crossing,
Okay.
crossing my arms and like just kind of looking through my bag, like as if I'm just idly standing there, but trying to be between
Mhm.
the view.
All right. In which case, we can go ahead and get this thieves'
Thieves'
tools
tools
check.
check. All right. Why would it be that?
There we go.
I mean, if that's not enough, I will.
A 23 is
Oh.
enough.
Okay, but I get a D4 too, because of the bond, so it's the 26 actually.
All right, a 26. You have no issues at all, like getting these tools jammed in like this tiny opening, kind of like maneuver around until you hear a series of clicks as the numbers roll along to give 1147.
Oh.
And then, like, a
1147.
final, after that last click, the trunk kind of, like, opens up slightly. Just enough that you can go ahead and fit your fingers under and open it up.
Okay. Anything interesting inside?
Within the trunk itself, you can see that there are blueprints for most of the space has been emptied out. You can tell that there likely were some other things taken in and out of the space, looking around like at a bunch of scratch marks along the area, some oil stains as well. But other than that, the things that you can find in here are some detailed sketches, blueprints, and notes on 3 different magical items that you seem to be worked on.
I'm just
One of
gonna-
them,
Okay. No, please describe it.
one of the items you can see is for a kind of has a bit of a look similar to the revolver that you know Velveteen has, but at the end of it has a has a large metal object with several hooks around it. Another one you can see is detailed as dampening suit, with notes talking about being used for silence as well as bringing down heat. And the third is something that looks to be like a more advanced version of the arm blade that Warforged fighters would occasionally have, where it's a longer series that would extend out from either limb.
That's all that's in here.
Yes, those papers are the only things you can find in here.
We'll pocket them.
Alright, you got... it's 3 designs, but it's going to be like 20 sheets of paper to get
Yeah.
all the notes and stuff.
He'll shove it in his bag. Like he has like a spare file folders in his bag. So he keeps the one like huge file folder that's in his bag, but then he has like little loose ones. So he'll just like shove them all in a loose file folder.
Are they in alphabetical order?
I'll now also
He does
say,
have a full thing, but
I'll now also say that the detect magic ritual cast spell is now able to go off, and oh wow, is everything magic? Other than like the stuff you've been able to pick up from your allies before, and like a month ago, you can see that Argentum is lit up. That most of Sin Renly is also lit up. Mostly, most of them are like evocation and protection kind of like spells. And like the whole area around you is filled with spells of all different types. It's nauseating how many colors just flash right into your eyes all of a sudden.
Twister, as soon as he finishes, he's like, I'm closing my eyes doesn't make it go away.
Why did you think that was a good idea?
I don't think. I just do.
Clearly.
Oof.
I'm gonna
this is the part
walk
where the
over,
chaos makes everyone
kind
cry.
of like his eyes are like blinded. He walks over to Orem's desk and he's gonna like just see if there's anything magical going on here.
You can see like stuff kind of like scattered about. Again, it's gonna be like evocation and like protection spells for the most part.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, you don't like well, pretty much the only school of magic you don't see, two schools of magic you don't see anything from are gonna be from like illusion and
Necromancy.
no, you actually do pick up a couple necromancies. You can see them like stuffed all the way back to one of the factory. You can faintly detect that dark green energy associated with necromancy. It's conjuration and illusion that you don't pick magics up for. Everything else you get something from though.
Okay.
Anything else anyone would like to do in this space?
No, just wanted to get my arm back.
Okay.
Yeah, and I reset the box.
Alright. Since like giving your arm back right now, they're too focused on kind of like trying to figure out why your arm's not connecting like you said it was.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to hold on to this for maybe a month now. I can't understand what's going on.
Do you perhaps have a replacement for time? You know, the time being, because
Oh, I'd have to get a cast of your arm. In which case, I can use this as a model, and that'll take another couple of days to get everything figured out then too.
maybe can I see the arm just real quick, for a moment?
Nope, no, sorry, I need the.
No. Maybe just for a brief moment I could see it. Just take a quick look at it myself.
Oh, sure, you. Yeah, go ahead and look at it. I'm only a person who has decades of experience in this field and has this as my specialty, but sure, you can handle this better than I can.
Can I go ahead
Gosh,
and just
Velveteen.
hold on? Can I just go ahead and see if it'll just reattach to my arm?
Yeah, if you put it right next to it, it just reattaches
Okay.
immediately.
Well, look at that.
Oh
Maybe
my
it's-
goodness!
Maybe
that's
it's some of
so-
that magic I got going on for myself. 'Cause, look at that.
Maybe it just
Did you
needed to
plug it in
turn
the wrong way last time?
Maybe it just needed to be turned off and on again. Huh.
Hmm.
Always the simple solutions.
I put it in the wrong way last time.
Yeah, did you
Put
put
it
it in
backwards.
hand first?
No.
Is it like when you put a USB port in the wrong way?
Exactly.
So we will get Sin will get started on that mission for you, and we will update you as things progress. And if there's any other information that you find anytime, I'm sure you know where to find Tresh, but he'll pull out one of his business cards. Because I haven't given them one yet, so.
Alright. Then, yeah, you know where I am.
That is Sharn Nitro.
Wait, hope you find Orem, and I hope they're in good health.
Hope so as
They're a
well.
good person. I'd hate to find out something bad happened to them. Alright, and with that, you can all go on the start of the investigation outwards, and we can go ahead and take some time for a 5-10 minute break. How does everyone feel?
I got a
Ooh.
jet at 8:30, so I would not be able to come back from said break.
Then we can go ahead and just end the session tonight here then.
That works for me. That works for the rest of you gamers.
Yeah. Did we level up?
Yeah.
Level up.
Yeah, you're level 1 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Level 1 of a new class. Everyone gets a new class.
Yeah.
I think that it's silly that if you are multi-classing, you have to gain the next tier of experience rather than if I'm getting a level 1 multi-class, I should only need 300 experience, right?
Yeah, that's just fair.
Taking wizard. Gonna be casting spells.
We
Alright.
all take a level in wizard.
Cast gun.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast gun and like cure wounds. I hurt and heal,
I'm a doctor, but
Wild.
but I have it taped on my gun. It's like hurt, heal.
And it's
I
the
like-
wrong ones.
Yeah, it's the wrong ones.
Ah, I see someone's
Wrong
playing Sage.
ones.
Yeah. Arceus, you need help. Oh no!
You just shot me.
It happened again. My cast
Wow.
is following me.
It happened again.
Oh,
What
God.
do you mean again?
Oh,
God.
Shout out to
All those
fucking-
people he murdered.
Yeah.
Why am I bleeding out?
Wait, was the first one that you shot Chester?
No. Listen, the war has been tough on people.
War's been tough, especially on Chester.
Okay.
He's just
Thank
Like
you
the
all
night.
very much for joining me again for today.
Yeah, it was fun.
Hey.
It's always fun.
Good times.
And before we head out, won't be having another episode next week. I've got my own stuff I'm gonna have to be away for, but it'll be hopefully 2 weeks that we'll be able to come back to this investigation.
Okay.
And in the meantime, as we sign off, how about we go ahead and let people know where all of you can be found, and a reminder about who all of you lovely individuals are. Starting that way, because I forget how OBS is reflected over
Mhm.
with Becca.
Hi. I'm Becca. You can find me most places that I am worth finding as Cool Armadillo, either with a 0 as the final O or not. It really depends. As for other things that you can find me doing, you can find me also on Saturdays on any of your favorite podcast apps for my podcast Unlikely Adventurers, where me and my co-host Macy make really bad D&D characters, including making a race just for scrub daddies. And talking about the iconic consummation of the relationship between Scrub Daddy and Duolingo, the holy affair that they had and the birthing process that that Duolingo went through.
That happened.
It did happen. Yeah, that's what you can find me doing.
Like sometimes.
Not Duolingo. You can't find me doing Duolingo.
Would
Yeah.
this also include on Twitter as well for Unlikely Adventures?
Yeah, it's Unlikely Podcast on Twitter. I don't know the socials off the top of my head because I'm a bad podcast host. Ooh woo.
God's bless.
Thank you very much. Now moving on to the next one, D.
Oh, hello there. My name is D. Hello, my lovely creatures of the dark. I am D. I am a voice actor, streamer, musician. You can find me all over the internet causing problems and chaos. On Mondays in the very near future, you'll be able to catch me on Neon Lights Roleplay, where I will be in a brand new Vampire the Masquerade game that's going to be
Oh,
starting recording pretty soon here. On Tuesdays, every other Tuesday to be specific, you can find me over on my podcast Through Hollow Flames, which is a D&D 5e homebrew campaign where I run my players through the world of Maneus. They just finished helping their friend through a lot of tumultuous trials, and the city was under attack by a creature called Fiddlesticks, and we're dealing with the fallout of all of that lovely stuff over there. You can follow that on Twitter, Hollow Flames Pod, and right after this, actually, I'm about to go and record the session 0 for another podcast that's going to be releasing on a to be announced date, likely Fridays. It's called Secrets of Kyber. It is using the Star Wars Fantasy Flight game system, and we're going to have some adventures in space. Lastly, but not leastly, you can also catch me every other Friday over on Gut Punch RP, where I play Lady Liliana Poltane, the Nightmare, in Darkness Rising, a D&D 5e homebrew campaign. My belt's over there, and I'm not going to go get it, but I am still the reigning and retaining TTRPG Universal Champion. And if you want to find out how you can win a belt off of me, you should follow me on Twitter at It's the Riddler.
hell yeah, thank you for all that. And next up, continuing down from D now, Johnny.
Boom, that's me. It is me, Johnny. We might see Rebrand in the future, who knows? But for now, boom, it's Macho Madness on Twitter and on Twitch. And the reigning, defending, greatest of all time, I'll call myself the GOAT, Mario Party player of all time. And in the near future, we will have a deciding game on that, and I will fill in Nate probably when it's going to happen. And it might be in the description down below currently while you're watching this on YouTube. Also, hello, YouTube. I love you, because you're the best. I love everyone here, and I hope everyone here has a good night, or evening, or day, depending on when you're watching this. But yeah, that's me. On to the next person.
Yeah, thank you very much. All right, skipping stone, we're going to Brian.
Oh,
Wild card.
wow. All right. Hi, I'm Brian. You can catch me on Twitter at Cosmic Zeta, where I post and don't really say funny things. I just talk what's on my mind, which is usually, whack. I also am a big Final Fantasy 14 nerd. Anyway, I also occasionally, whenever I feel up to it, stream on twitch.tv/Cosmic Zeta. Other than that, that's all I got.
Thank you as well. And now we go ahead back to the person we accidentally skipped because we didn't make the right turn at Albuquerque. And how would you like to go ahead and let people know about you, Stone?
Hello, I am Stone. You can find me on Twitter at Hello I'm Stone or Twitch, twitch.tv/Hello I'm Stone. I like to stream at least once a week, if not twice, if I'm able to fit in another stream. If you want to keep up with my stream schedule, you can follow me on Twitter at Hello I'm Stone. Or if you just want to see me be kind of chaotic, you can also follow me on Twitter. So.
Thank you very much, everyone. Again, it's been a pleasure to play some more D&D with you, and I look forward to coming back and continuing on with this in a couple weeks. Hope everyone has a fantastic and wonderful evening. See you all another time. Bye-bye.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.